I want to deal with what is happening with the Tea Party. Everybody's talking about how it's transforming politics, but is this really a GOP civil war that is going on that's really being underreported to some degree?
Absolutely. I mean, if you think about it, the civil war within the GOP kind of started during the Bush administration when you had some conservatives saying that he had sort of lost his way. Then we saw more of it during the 2008 presidential campaign with John McCain. And then, frankly, in New York 23, in that special election where you had GOP primary voters basically telling the state Republican Party, you don't get to tell us who our nominee is. That should have been the wake-up call, frankly, for everybody.
And of course, remember, they chose a guy who didn't even live in the district.
That's right.
Who did not want to talk about the issues in the district. All he had to say was, I just want less government. That pretty much was his message.
And their message was, we want who we want.
Civil war?
It's a combination of both, Roland. Yes, it is a civil war, but it's a family disagreement. But you know what? Look. But wait a minute. Family disagreements happen. The Democrats had the same exact thing when it came to Cindy Sheehan, when it came to the war, when it came to Hillary Clinton coming out saying that she voted for the war. There were a lot of Democrats who were saying, who are you and what do you believe?
Robert,
Let me finish, Roland.
First of all, Cindy Sheehan never ran for office.
Yes, she did.
First of all, she ran against Nancy Pelosi later.
She did run for office.
When she came out, she didn't run for office. But the difference I see here in terms of what's happening here, you have the establishment, the folks with money, with endorsements, who run ads against a fellow nominee, and they say she can't win. And now even Mike Castle loses. Sonia, he says, I'm not even endorsing you.
Well, there's something else going on here, which actually Eugene Robinson of the Washington Post so thoughtfully pointed out recently. There is a restiveness within the voters where almost kind of I think you could say spoiled brat kind of behavior among the voters where nothing is satisfying anybody. So as much as there may be, right now we're seeing the symptoms manifest with the Republican Party and who within the Republican Party is loyal to the Tea Party or adhering to the things that Tea Partiers advocate, and people tend to forget Tea Party is not a formal political party.
Right, that's right. Very decentralized.
You also have had dissatisfaction on the left with the president's agenda, too. And the voters are just saying, I don't want this, I don't want that, I don't want this, I don't want that. They won't say really what they do want.
Paula, you live in California. We're seeing it right now. You would think that Senator Barbara Boxer, incumbent, would be leading a significant amount against Carly Fiorina. But even in California, there's dissatisfaction. And even that race is sort of going back and forth.
Well, even in California, California is the home of ruling by proposition. So California is known for outrageous behavior. But the thing that I'd like to go back to, and I'd really be interested in hearing your opinion on this, is, so what role does the RNC chairman have in this, Mr. Steele? Because something is really going on. You call it a family disagreement, but how interesting that the sort of paternoster of the group
but first of all, after Christine O'Donnell won this week, was interesting. He then came out and said, cut this stuff out. Let's all get together. But really, even since he's been in office, it's been a free-for-all in the GOP.
But Roland, and that's part of the thing, though. I think what you've seen is that Steele didn't come in with a plan on, and he didn't understand the dynamics of what was happening in the Republican Party. I mean, going back to something that Sonia said, when Howard Dean became chairman of the Democratic National Committee, he understood that part of the job was bringing the party back together, that being a big tent party meant we're going to have to figure out how to get along if we're going to win elections. You have not seen that kind of plan from Mr. Steele.
This is a larger point, and I think Sonia touched on it. This is an anti-incumbent mood. Let's not forget that
they hate all incumbents.
That's right. That's right. And so having said that, and the party that's in power now is obviously Democrat. So it's not just because you're a Republican or a Democrat, it's because you're an incumbent. And when you take a look at the mood of the country right now, they're extremely frustrated because they believe that no one is listening to them. Going back to your original point, Roland, very quickly, that's where the Tea Party, don't underestimate this movement, if you will, is because they're tapping into an anger and a frustration there. They're just saying, look, I don't care if you're a Republican. I don't care if you're a Democrat. If you are in power, your butt is out.